Hey guys, welcome to my exclusive opinion, my little corner of YouTube. I'm your girl, Viewpoint Mama, here to give you my unfiltered opinions on all things Real Housewives, Bravo gossip, YouTube drama, music, celebrity tea, and more. So grab your drink, get that snack, get comfortable, and let's get into it. Hey guys, Viewpoint Mama. So we're gonna get into this E.J. Johnson Jr. interview with Carlos King. So, as we all know, EJ is living openly as a trans woman, and he had a lot of things to say in that interview. And uh, so he doesn't want to be labeled anymore, so we're just gonna call him I'm just gonna call him EJ throughout the whole video. But there is a three a couple of specific things that he said that I want to touch on. Of course, the most controversial thing that I want to talk about in this video is him saying that he only dates straight men. He also talked about the fact that he is the flyest in the room of the girls. Now, I know that trans women have their own lingo, but I'm taking it as he means natural women. When he's in a room with natural born women, he's the standout. At least that's what I was getting from what he was saying. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. And I also want to point out how he talked about black black men's masculinity, and let's get to it. So, of course, it was a good interview. Do I agree with everything he said in the interview? Not really. But let's just get to the core of it. So the first thing that I want to point out and talk about is the fact that I never seen, and I probably did, but I don't remember the fact that Carlos King is calling him iconic. Iconic. Um, I don't know what EJ Johnson has done for him to be an iconic person. I know what his father has done to be iconic, but I really don't know. Please, if y'all know, please let you know. If y'all know, let me know. If y'all know, let me know, because I don't know nothing iconic that EJ has done. Okay. Furthermore, when to me, when he was breaking down, you know, the feeling that he has, why he and the ages that he was feeling this way, right? He said from 11 and 12, he knew that he was gay. Okay. He said, I used to, if you didn't watch the interview, he said he used to dress up, in the little shoes and the skirts. I'm guessing his mother's things, right? And because he's the second, they have three kids, two boys and one girl, and he's the middle child. Okay, EJ is the middle child. Also, right, he said he can't. He went to his parents on his birthday. He's no longer wants to be called. He's just called anything with labels. He's Miss Thang. Now I put it Miss Thang with a not thing, Thang, 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 Miss Thang. Okay. Um, I guess EJ is like a maybe is he a fashion icon? Is that what? Him, Carlos King, were referring to, is he a fashion icon? I never see him on any I never seen EJ on any fashion shows, so I'm not really sure. But the one thing, right, that kind of like threw me, right, is that when he spoke, he said, he is like he's been competing with natural born women since he's come to know that he was not a man, or feel like, or to know that EJ doesn't feel like a male. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't feel like a male, a biological male. He doesn't feel like a biological male. That's the way I'm gonna say it. Okay. And then to know the fact that when he's talking about, because Carl's like, oh, when you was on the show, uh, the EJ in the City, and the other one was Rich Kids of Beverly Hills. Was it Rich Kids of Beverly Hills? I believe it was Rich Kids of Beverly Hills was a show he was on, and also he had his own spinoff, EJ in the City. I'm guessing that's New York City. I'm guessing. Okay, so he Carlos is talking about that, and he said, "Oh, we got," and he said, "Oh, because at one point you and your sister were into the same guy," and he just lit up, like it was like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah," like that happens all the time. What? I was like, "Oh, that happens all the time. That you and your sister fall for the same male, male." Yeah. Okay, and you know, he was over. Oh, EJ was overly, but overly, like just oozing joy for that. Okay, that also was kind of a red flag for me right there too. Like, sir, this is your sister. I think some things should be off limits, and you should have some respect for her a little bit. You don't think so? All right, but that's what that was there. And that also leads to my understanding of why he's 33 years old now, and he still has that same mind thought of competing with natural born women, right? Because he said, when I don't fit in, he don't fit in the gay rooms. He doesn't fit in the gay rooms. The gay men or males are not attracted to him, and he's not attracted to them. But he fits in those rooms if he's there for a key. But any other way, he don't fit. He don't fit there, he says. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right. He doesn't fit in with his community. Could it be that I was reading some comments and it was like, oh, he's a snob. He's like, his nose is in the air. Could that be that, or could it just be that he has? Yeah, we know that his father's rich. His father has had a very successful basketball career, and not only a basketball career, a very successful entrepreneur career, real estate and things like that, right? And could he just be a very entitled 33-year-old EJ Johnson? Very entitled, and so it's all about him. That's why I'm asking. He's an icon. How? Because I don't know anything iconic he's done. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But it's just like the using of the, oh yeah, I'm competing. And I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. He's even competing with his sister. He's competing with his sister. Yep, competing with his sister. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay, so it confused me when he said that he's not attracted to gay men. He said he's not attracted to gay men. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. But he's very, very attractive to straight men. Those are the rooms he likes to be in, with straight men. And when he was explaining this, you guys have to, I'm inserting clips. You guys have to look at his facial expression. Again, he's overcome with joy, right? Listen to what he says. Listen very well. He says, I only deal with men who have been with women their whole life, or up until him and that man have met. Him and that straight man have met. Alarm number two. I said, oh, but then he said in the same breath that he doesn't deal with men who are DL. I mean, he doesn't deal with men who are DL anymore. And because he doesn't want to be a secret. But then he says that he's dealing with men who have been in relationships with women their whole life. So I'm confused. Can somebody break that down for me? I'm very confused by that. Okay. Um Also, when he was speaking of black males and their toxic masculinity. But then in the same token, when he's asked what type of male that he's attracted to, he's, oh, a very masculine male. And even, okay, before I go there, I understand he was trying to say he's not stopping no black man from being masculine, right? But then he goes, because being masculine is toxic anyway. So if being masculine is toxic anyway, why are you looking for masculine in the people that you're attracted to? We know you want them to have money. We know you want them to be well educated, well spoken. He didn't ask him whether he likes black or white, because I don't think he sees that, which is fine. I mean, we're not here to be that judgmental. I'm not here to be judgmental at all. Okay. But Miss Thing has me like, sir, it's giving that you would compete with your sister for a man. And it's giving a little bit that he looks just like his mom. Like, he looks just like his mom. And I'm just trying to understand. I'm trying to understand, why do some trans women want to compete with natural born women? I just don't get it. T.S. Madison, 9 months ago, he did an interview with Nene Leakes, and Nene asked him a question. Asked T.S. Madison a question. T.S. Madison also broke down the difference between gay men and straight men that they're attracted to. So he also says he's attracted to straight men. But Nene said, well, if you're talking to them, then they're not straight, they're gay. He said, no, she said, there, T.S. Madison said, there's a difference. I'm gonna insert that, because we have two trans women, right? And they both are saying the same thing in different ways. But of course, to me, E.J. Johnson is well more spoken than T.S. Madison, because T.S. Madison, for me, is like, she's more ghetto with it, right? Because her life was way different than E.J. Johnson's life, of course, and they're like 10 years, 10, 15 years apart in age. But EJ, of course, he lived a better life than T.S. Madison. T.S. Madison used to be a sex worker. So her outview of things are way different than T.S. Madison, even though they're from the same community. Okay, so but I'm gonna insert the video of what he explains because he said all his ninjas that he deal with have children. I don't know if they DL or not, right? And that was another thing that with EJ's like, oh, I don't deal with DL men anymore because he doesn't want to be a secret. But when he was talking, guys, I can't believe that. I think that he still deals with DL men because he said, no, I don't deal with married men either. I don't believe that either. I think that he still does, right? Because when he was saying it, when he's saying the straight room part, the way that his face is, I'm like, oh yeah, it's like very devious, right? Like, and from my experience of hearing some trans women when they talk and when they throw daggers at natural born women, it's always to say that's why the men that you are with want me. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so another aspect to this, I'm gonna throw that in there too, is that we do have DL men like Malik Yoba, who to me, um, remember Malik Yoba about 6 years ago, he did an interview with the Breakfast Club, and it was like three people from the LGBTQ community. They were like activists, and that's when they introduced this new word, cis, for natural born women and natural born men. Well, yeah, natural born women and natural born men who are straight, who are not DL, who only are attracted to natural born women. Yes? Okay. And remember, they were saying, oh, you're, all everybody's gender was assigned to them at birth by the doctor. That's what they were saying in that interview. And also in that interview, Malik Yoba, the reason why I'm putting him in this video is because if we listen to him, he keeps it on himself for just a little bit. And you have men who are like him who are a problem for not only the trans community but before the natural born women community too, because we are in 2026. Obama was president a long time ago where he made it where same-sex relationships can get married, right? Same-sex people could get married, right? So in the trans community, it's always a thing of they're getting murdered because of the person who they choose to pick, or that person is not out yet, or doesn't want nobody to know that they're with a trans woman or whatever. um so Malik Yoba, I think, was it Charlemagne says, oh, so you're coming out, and he's like, oh no, and I don't call it coming out, he says stepping up or something like that. When you are sitting there and you're claiming, oh, I'm part of this cause, this is what it is, this is what I like, and you still lying to yourself, like, sir. But this is the thing that these advocates were saying, well, we let people put the labels that they want to use, what makes it comfortable for them or whatever like that. And I said, oh, listen, I understand to a certain extent, but the men like Malik Yoba make it hard for trans women, right? And they make it hard because he started talking about Mr. C's, the DJ from New York, who for years we've heard, that was a rumor, but it wasn't a rumor, it was true. He liked the trans men. And he said the industry that he was in, the people that he was around, he couldn't be true to what he liked. He couldn't be true to himself. As so the same as Malik Yoba. Because he sat there and he said, "Oh, when I'm around, I know I'm in I know I'm with his community." But he really doesn't feel that way. Because he wanted to, it's like I want to come out, but I don't really want to come out because this is not really who I am. But then want to say I'm a heterosexual man, and to me, trans women are women, sir. Trans women are trans women. They are not natural born women. Okay, and that's the problem right there. Trans women are trans women. They are not natural born women. That's all. So that was my take on the topic. I think EJ Johnson, you know, has a lot more growing to do because it just, and I think that he probably should be in some type of therapy to try to understand why he has this competition in his head with natural born women. It could be something maybe his mother did to him when he was a kid that follows him. Who knows, right? Because sometimes though that be the thing with some of them, like they hate their mother who didn't accept them so much that they'll always be that way until they get the proper therapy that they need, and to know and understand that not all natural born women are a target or an enemy, right? You have a lot of natural born women out here that cap for the trans community, the trans women community. But I just really need to touch on that topic real quick because I just really think he still has a lot of growing to do. He has a lot of growing to do. Guys, that's it for me. And
moving and grooving and going forward. And, even like son, I was like, the world tried to give me that label, like Magic Johnson's son. And I was like, well, he's dead. And now there is Miss Thing.
Like, was, you and your sister liking the same guy?
Honestly, that is ultimately what got the show picked up. But also, in terms of the gender and sexualities and stuff like that, it was very important because that happens, My men in terms of attraction. Now, if I'm just going to have a kiki, sure. But like these are not the men that are interested in me in that capacity. I do that when I go to the straight rooms.
So,
or somebody who, has been intimate and dating, women for most of their life or like up until then, for sure. Absolutely. It has always been that way, but now it's like even more so. Now that I definitely present in more of a feminine way. Because also like it's like my energy is that.
Men who I hear a lot of gay guys say, "No, I like straight men," and I'm like, that man is not straight."
I'm a trans woman. So,
I think they like.
So me and a gay guy are two different things. As a man that's attracted to a woman can be attracted to a trans woman and a bio woman.
So you like more this more.
I like men who like women because men who like women know how to handle this pussy.
No,
a gay man is gonna be. I don't have muscles. I don't have muscles or mustaches. I don't have that. I smell like aromas of perfumes.
Yes, you do.
And oils and honey, it's hair and lipstick.
Yeah.
You come in here to get that. This is extra. This is the toy.
It is.
You come in here to get all this. This is extra. Because if you come in here looking for this first, you're not gonna be my man.
So you like masculine.
Oh, that's all I'm gonna do it.
That's the masculine.
If I'm not messing with no man that's getting fucked.
and that is a wrap on today's tea. Don't forget to follow me on X at Viewpoint Mama for the live updates and hit that notification bell right here on YouTube so you never miss an exclusive. I'm your girl, Viewpoint Mama. Stay unfiltered, and I'll see you soon.